The more that we turn ourselves away from trying to satisfy our pleasures and our desires and start seeking to love others rightly and to give ourselves without counting the cost, to lay down your life, then you're going to find who you are. You are a gift. Studying at the JP2 Institute and reading a lot of John Paul II's writing, one of his famous quotes that he'll use in his writings, a quote that he constantly is turning to in his writings was, man cannot find himself unless he makes a sincere gift of self. Man cannot find himself unless he makes a sincere gift of self. And that's something that happens in life is this sin that's around us wants us to turn in on ourselves. We want to take care of number one, and when we do that, when we spend ourselves on ourselves, and we can get like moments of pleasure, we can get there can be excitement and all that, but it doesn't last. And so we run ourselves to the next thing, trying to please ourselves in the next way, and it doesn't satisfy. And so we got to constantly keep going to the next thing, and we run into this trap. The thing that what John Paul II is tapping into is that, see, we can't find ourselves unless we truly give ourselves away, not to ourselves, but to someone else. We've been made to be a gift. When we try to, like that's what he says in Matthew's gospel, he says, for whoever wishes to save his life will lose it. But whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. If we can live our life for others and not count the cost, not to do something because you're trying to be like a barter and trading system, kind of I'm going to do this for you if you do this for me. That definitely doesn't work in marriage, right? Because then you're using. No, it doesn't work. Okay. You're using the other person, and it falls into that trap of like then you're saying, well, I gave this much and they only gave this much. You start then comparing. Mother Teresa, who gave her life away for the poor and for the church, for Christ. She says, love doesn't measure, it just gives. So when you're sitting there and you're doing the dishes and you're helping out with this and you just got off of work and you're doing all these things and you start thinking, man, I did this, just give it to God. Don't throw away the little tally sheet of all the things that you've done. Erase in your mind the memory of every detail of work that you accomplished for the family or for your spouse. Give it to God. And don't count the cost. Lay down your life. The seed that dies can bear much fruit. But if you hold on to that seed, you put it in your pocket, put it in the shelf, close the door, it doesn't do anything but rot. But that seed is meant to die into the ground, into that soil, right? And then to bear fruit that will last. And so what we're called to do as a people of God, is to live for others. And the more that we give ourselves, the more that we turn ourselves away from trying to satisfy our pleasures and our desires and start seeking to love others rightly and to give ourselves without counting the cost, to lay down your life, then you're going to find who you are. You are a gift. Everything that we have is a gift. All of life is a gift. The two most important days of our lives, since we were conceived, the day we were born and the day we were baptized, for the most of us, we didn't ask. We weren't asked to be conceived. We weren't asked to be born. Most of us weren't asked to be baptized, but it was a gift. It was a gift given to us. All of life is a gift. That's why we need to be thankful and grateful. That's why I think why it was so, Jesus was so upset by the 9 lepers that didn't come back and to give thanks and praise to God for what had happened to them. Being thankful, we're called to be a thankful people. The word Eucharist means thanksgiving. We're called to be a Eucharistic people, to give thanks to the gift, and then to be that gift to the world.